There's an old saying out there that says, when the same message falls on deaf ears, nothing gets done. And right now, the Pelicans are having the same message fall on their deaf ears. But let's break that down right now in the Pelicans Scoop. Cue the music.
At the buzzer, got it down!
This is the Pelicans Scoop with Jordan Kitchens, breaking down everything under the sun about your New Orleans Pelicans. Smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to stay on top of your Pels content. Now, running point, here's Jordan.
What is good, everybody? How are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another episode of the Pelicans Scoop. I am your host with the most back in the studio today, Jordan Kitchens. Yes, and I know. Y'all see what's going on with the Pelicans, but before we even get into that, man, y'all like, comment, subscribe, comment down below on what you guys think. What is there? At this point, we're staring 3-13 in the face. But before we get into that, let's start everything off. Taylor, I have to ask you a question right now. My producer, Taylor, do you want the good news right now about the Pelicans or you want the bad news about the Pelicans?
You know, I'm an optimist, so obviously the good news.
Okay, thank you, Taylor. Taylor wants the good news, so I got the good news for you guys first. Good news is Yves Missi, 17-11. We might have a big man, everybody. We might have a big man. Clap it up, clap it up. Next good news. Trey Murphy played last night. Yeah, somebody's off the injury report. Yay! He had 12 points. He didn't really do much. He's shaking the rust off, but I said that in the video yesterday. Don't really expect much from Trey. He has to get going. Just be happy he's out on the court. So that is all the good news. Yay! That's all the good news I have. Other than that, it is a complete disaster. Okay. Let's dive into it. The Pelicans lost last night, 107-105 to the Brooklyn Nets, who are in Cooper flag mode. And they come in and get a W. It's even worse, though. It's even worse, guys. So the Pelicans right now are 3-8. Pretty much the same record as New Orleans Saints. That's not good. They play football. They have lost the last 5 and the last 8 out of 9. But hold on, there's more. Oh, you thought I was going to give you that? Oh, no, there's more. Trust me. Here's their next 6 opponents. So on Wednesday, they play OKC. Wow. Then they play the Denver Nuggets. Yay. And then you play the Los Angeles Lakers. I get it. But still, Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Yay. Then you play the Dallas Mavericks, the undefeated Cleveland Cavaliers, who already beat you. Yay. And then you follow it up with the Golden State Warriors, who already beat you twice this year. Yay. Let's go, Pelicans. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, these are Western Conference opponents outside of the Cleveland Cavaliers. This can bury you. This pretty much probably will bury you. Y'all saying this early. I get it. Well, Zion, another piece, I guess, is good news. They confirmed Zion's out 4 to 6 weeks. Maybe. I doubt it. I doubt 4 to 6 weeks when you're dealing with Zion Williamson. He's done for the year. You can just pack it up. He's done for the year. So, hey, they gave us 4 to 6 weeks though. We'll see. So, that's some good news, guys. Right? You gotta find goodness in the stink right now. We're swallowing in the dumpster. So you gotta go dumpster diving and find goodness in the situation. But to keep adding on to the game last night, the Pelicans go 0 for 8 in the fourth quarter in the final 3 minutes and 34 seconds. 0 for 8. And if y'all remember my videos earlier this year, I said specifically in the video titled, "This Can't Happen Again." One of the main things I said was the Pelicans offense, they have to find a way down the stretch where it's not this stagnant ISO ball. They find a way to run some actual offense, some sets, call a pick and roll every now and then. Pick and roll be fine. Willie, that'll be good. A pick and roll, especially with Yves Missi having 17-11. That'd be nice to get your big man, Brandon Ingram. I didn't forget about you, buddy. I didn't forget about you. Trust me, I got you too. So you go over 8 down the stretch, and then what really sums it all up was that Trey Murphy possession, right? With like a minute left in the fourth quarter. You're up 2 points. You probably should have you had 2 timeouts. Willie, you can't bring the timeouts home, my brother. You can't bring the timeouts home. You got to use your timeouts, bro. You got a minute left. You got 2 timeouts left. You let Trey Murphy sit there at the top of the key and dribble the air out the ball. Dribble the air out the ball, William. Okay? You let him do that. He gets ripped. He takes it like a miracle. You down the stretch, you're up 2 points with a minute left, and you can't call an offensive play, a set, something to get something. You're just like, all right, hey. You're not Darvin Ham, my bro, but you're hamish. You're real hamish. You ain't Darvin Ham, but you're hamish. He's got a Willie Green that's too much ham in him. Way too much. Way too much. And we giving up pork. I'm not, but people are giving up pork. You know, I love my bacon, you know, and with sidetrack, shout out bacon. But this Pelicans team has just way too much ham. And I'm speaking about Darvin Ham, who's now the assistant coach for the Milwaukee Bucks. You see how they're doing with old Doc Rivers. But it's about what with the Pelicans right now. We're no much better than Milwaukee. And we have their pick. So that's good news. I should have added the good news. We have the Milwaukee Bucks first round pick. Yay. But it's a top 3 protected. So if it's not top 3, we don't get it. And that just is what it is. But let's talk about Brandon Ingram. Let's talk about B.I. So, yes, B.I. is one of the only healthy guys on the team. That's great. Yes. But he's been in a shooting slump the last couple of games. I get it. It's just him out there and Brandon Boston Jr. That's it. Trey Murphy's back. But B.I. And I get it. This is why I said the same message, same message falling on deaf ears. Because Brandon Ingram, the whole second half was just, I mean, dude, did you care? Did you really care? I don't think nobody cares anymore. It's kind of like how the Saints with Dennis Allen, like they're not playing for the coach no more. I hate to say it, but I think the team is just giving up on Willie Green. There's no way you lose that game, and there's no way you go like that's unexcusable. Brandon Ingram had 22 points at half. You care to guess how much he finished with? 24 points. He didn't make a single field goal in the second half. He went 0 for 5. He made free throws. He had 22 points at half and finished the game with 24 points. So you're basically the only player offensive, like, I ain't call you a star no more, brother, because that's not no star stats. You're above average you're I don't know what to call this guy. He ain't a star, but he ain't a superstar, but he ain't a role player. He's I don't know. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. But Brandon Ingram, there's no way you can finish the game with 24 points and you had 22 at half and you scored 2 points in 2 quarters when the team needed you, especially down the stretch. But that's not all on you though. I'm not gonna say that. That's on your coach. This philosophy. What is this? What is the Pelicans' philosophy? Willie Green was supposed to be a defensive coach. You can't play defense right now. Seems like Herb Jones was really the defense. Herb Jones sitting there making the calls and all that. Without Herb Jones, this team is nothing. Skeleton. Granted, there's missing more than Herb Jones, but Herb Jones' defensive impact just is blatant every game. So, and it's just he just brings passion. There's zero passion. Other than Brandon Boston Jr., shout out him. He's playing with heart because this is his only shot. So, and Missy, they're playing really well. But other than that, man, it's an excruciating watch. Excruciating. That's a big word. Excruciating. That's how bad it is trying to watch the Pelicans right now. Right? It felt like you had the game, fourth quarter comes, and the wheels fall off every time. They get into this ISO ball, top of the key, dribble the air out the ball. Like, you can hear Joel and AD on the call. They're just like, they can't do this. Like, y'all cannot do this. Doesn't matter. And, Willie Green's going to go to the post game and just be, give him credit, whatever. But, bro, at a certain point, bro, that ain't good enough. That ain't good enough. Give him credit. We got played with intensity. It is 82 games in the season, dog. They're not going to be playing with intensity every game. At a certain point, you got to have some type of structure, some type of, like, these are our principles, and this is what we lean on, this is what we do. And the game that really shows me this was when we lost to the Warriors twice without Curry. They didn't have Steph Curry, the greatest shooter of all time, and they still spanked the Pelicans. Because you know why? They know what they're doing. They have like a scheme. They have a system. You know the Warriors system. They're playing in a system. No matter who is out there, they're going to play the same way no matter what. It is night and day. Like the Pelicans, you don't know which team you're going to get out there, especially down the stretch when the game actually means something. You know what? Pucker up every time. Every time. Granted, you don't have your guys, but if they was out there, still be the same message. Still be the same. You was healthy when you played the Warriors. Zion was there. You know? It didn't make it worse, though. Let me tell y'all this, man. Let me tell y'all this. One, you're in a particular situation, you can't really fire Willie Green because then you fire Willie Green, you bring in another coach. That's 4 coaches in 6 years. So now it's like y'all are unstable. This is what is going on in New Orleans. You just bigger stigma against you. Can't really fire him, right? I mean, you could, but this is a nasty look. But you kind of need a breath of fresh air. And I'm talking like grab a coach from outside the building. We gotta start fresh, man, because But what makes it all sick, though, what makes it all sick in the end, the Portland Trail Blazers right now, they have 3 wins, and they really should have 4 because they should have beat the Pelicans if DeAndre Ayton woke up that first game. They have 3 wins on the season. 2 of those wins are against the Pelicans. A healthy Pelicans. It wasn't like, relatively healthy compared to what they are now. They was more healthy back then. And that same team that I just talked about, the Portland Trail Blazers, they just got smashed by the Memphis Grizzlies. They just lost by 45 to the Memphis Grizzlies. Without Ja Morant, they just Jaren Jackson Jr., me, and Taylor on the court. And they smashed the Trailblazers by 45. The same team that spanked the Pelicans twice. Really should have been 3 times. That's coaching, dog. Simple as that. It's coaching. No matter how you want to chop it up. Taylor Jenkins, the coach of the Memphis Grizzlies, is just a better coach than Willie Green. So it all falls on coaching because it really shows you, like, when your star players aren't out and the team still can't galvanize. The team still can't get it done. I get it. They're depleted. Pelicans are 1 injury away from, hey Jordan, what you doing? What you doing tomorrow night? You think you got 10 minutes in you? They're 1 injury away from making that call to me. But it's still not good enough, man. If you're a good coach, you find a way. Think about all the times Eric Spoelstra that had a depleted Miami Heat team and they're still competitive. That year he made it to the finals with Jimmy Butler. Like that, that's what good coaching does. Steve Kerr, you just seen it. They had nobody. They didn't have Steph Curry. I think they didn't have, they had Draymond. They had somebody else missing. I think Buddy Hield, whatever. They had somebody key outside of Curry too that was not playing. They whooped you. All falls on coaching, man. Coaching, sooner or later you have to find a way to get a W, man. You're staring OKC tomorrow. Ouch. Then Denver, LA, Dallas, Cleveland, Golden State. Like, it doesn't get easier. You had your easy games, you dropped them. You're 3-8. So I don't even know where the Pelicans go from here, especially with this current schedule lined up. Because boy, it is. Yeah. It can get ugly real fast, everybody. Real fast. So thank you for stepping in for another episode of the Pelicans Scoop. We got the good news, we got the bad news. Just gonna give you guys, you got to find some type of light in all this darkness. So I don't know what David Griffin, you're not off the hook either. I should have got on you a little bit too, but you're not off the hook. I'm just saving you for another day. I'm gonna let it keep building up. But trust me, David, I didn't forget. I see you, boy. But thank you guys for stepping in for another episode of Pelicans Scoop. I'm your host, Jordan Kitchens. Hopefully the Pelicans get a dub tomorrow so we can have something excited to be about. But I wouldn't bet on it. So that'll be easy. I'm signing out. Peace.